All right, everyone, so this is the most requested video since I've gotten my new Busa. So as you know, I have an app, MotoJitsu, right? And it has 2 out of my 4 books inside the app. And in my first book, MotoJitsu Master Riding Program, Volume 1, there's a whole bunch of different drills, white belt, blue belt, brown belt, etc. And one of people's favorite drills to set up, because you don't need anything, is the parking space drills. So this isn't a traditional parking lot, but I put tape on the ground to mimic it. So let me just explain it real quick. So each spot is measured, I got my tape measure, about 8 feet wide. So white belt parking space drill is you go down this one, you make a U-turn, you skip one, you come back down this way, make a U-turn, you skip one, and you just keep on going, right? You're just skipping a space every time. Blue belt parking space drill is you don't skip one. Now this becomes really challenging because it's a 16-foot U-turn. You go down, don't skip one, then you come back, and you just go back and forth on all of them. Brown belt is a figure 8 in 4 spots. So this is going to be my attempt, first time ever trying it. I didn't practice, I didn't warm up, I didn't do anything. I'm just going to do white belt, and I'll play around, and I'll try to do blue belt. I'll keep on doing that until I can do that. Then I'll do brown belt, and we'll just see what happens. But the bike is completely stock. Let me show you real quick. So 2026 Hayabusa, I do have Healy bar risers coming, but I didn't want to put those on yet because I want to do this with the stock bike. Everything is stock, you know. I didn't do anything to the bike, just but a windshield and just little crap. But handlebars and everything it is just the way it comes right now. So a 582 pound long sport bike, I'm gonna be doing my parking space drills. So let's see what happens. So keep in mind for the drills, normally this is, you know, thicker white painted lines, and you're able to ride on the line. You're just not supposed to go over them to do it correctly, right? So there's white belt. Now obviously if this whole parking lot was filled, I would just be going down, skipping one the whole way down, and I'd come the whole way back. So this is what I set up is 1, 2, 3. It's just 5 spaces in order for me to do like what I just did, right? And of course, like I made previous videos about it already with the sport bikes, the difficulty with low-speed turning is you start to turn and your forearm hits the gas tank already. And they don't turn that far. It's not like a big upright bike where the handlebars turn a while. So because they don't turn too far and your forearms start to hit, you kind of got to do this. You got to over-rotate your wrists and get your elbows up, kind of like you're riding a dirt bike, to allow the handlebars to turn a little bit more. We also need a whole lot of lean angle and a lot of speed, because if you're going too slowly, the bike is upright and you're only trying to do handlebar turning, that ain't gonna work. And with sport bikes specifically, I really got to get my butt off the seat just to allow the bike to lean a little bit more, because I'm going so slowly. My bike's gonna have a lot of lean angle, but if I'm just neutral on the bike, just trying to turn the bars, it ain't gonna lean enough in order to do this stuff. So I kind of shift my butt really far off the seat, put as much weight as I can on the outside peg in order to get some tight circles going. But of course, everything else matters. The timing with your eyes, really quick transitions, using the rear brake. If I feel like the bike's gonna fall, you ease out the clutch a little bit, maybe a little bit of throttle. So all the same stuff applies like you would do for any low speed stuff. But sport bike specific stuff, you kind of gotta go like this. And I personally move my butt really far off the seat from left to right to try to get it going. So there was white belt. I'm not going to cut the camera or anything. I'm just going to attempt to do blue belt so you could see me struggle and until I could actually do it and play around, and we'll just see. My first time ever trying this on this type of bike. saw first attempt, I didn't do it at all. I was like really, really wide over the lines. And I kind of tightened up a little bit, tightened up a little bit, tightened a little bit. So what I'm going through, what I'm thinking about is if I overgrip too much, then it's going to be too much throttle. And with this bike, with too much throttle, that ain't a good thing. So I have to kind of adjust where my hand is at. I really got to get off the bike, and the timing and the flick is a lot. And of course with the clutch, so it's a lot of little things. You're just manipulating little variables at the time to try to tighten up, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. And of course I have no frame sliders, I have no nothing. So I'm not going to go full send first try because I don't want to low side and crash myself and be like, right? So just slowly work your way up to it. And this is what it looks like when you're trying to get good at something. You're going to mess it up first and go wide, but then eventually you just get tighter and tighter, dial it in, lock in a little bit better, try a little bit more, right? And just play around with it. Remember, keep it fun. On the boost. Alright, so right there I realized I'm going to have to get to full lock and lean the bike a lot. And those two things are very rare to have to happen to do on a bike. Almost any other bike you can imagine, you don't have to get the full lock, you just lean the crap out of the bike. So that one I'm going, I'm like, okay, more lean angle, more handlebar, more, so I'm probably going to have to do both. Now if I have to do full lock with a lot of lean angle, that has to happen immediately. There's no like slow lean and warm up because I'm taking up too much space on this big, long, huge bike. So it's like right away it's got to be a full, very fast to full lock, very fast to full lean, which is kind of scary. It's also a fun challenge. Here you go. Keep going. Alright, to help myself get more familiar, just to get more familiar with the lean angle and stuff, I'm just going to try to do circles inside two spots, just to kind of, I could sit in the lean longer and just really manipulate and what it feels like to lean. So that's one way to get better at the stuff. Don't just keep doing the same thing a million times in a row. You'll get frustrated, worn out, bike will get hot, give yourself a break. Do some circles, go back into it, right? Just keep playing around. My tire might have slipped on the tape a little bit. So going through, so that's just barely over the line, and that's 16 feet. So that's definitely inside of a 20-foot circle, which is brown belt for the circles. So the circles in MotoJitsu, 40 foot, 30 foot, 20 foot. So inside of a 20-foot circle is brown belt. And that's definitely that. That's That's a whole lot. It's almost like I want to go to a different parking lot with normal, because the tape is kind of freaking me out. So here we go. There's my first attempts at trying to do blue belt parking space drills. I'll try brown belt, even though I didn't really do blue belt. I'll try brown belt, just doing figure eights. And I know I'm gonna go over, but I'll just practice just to play around and try it out. Bike cool off a little bit. So there's my attempt at brown belt. So that's definitely inside of a 20 foot, but the 16, that's super duper tight, especially on this big old long wide bike. And keep in mind, I know people that use my MotoJitsu drills in a dirt field in Nebraska, and they literally just spray paint the dirt and do this stuff on dirt bikes. So there's no right, wrong, how to do it. It's just something to practice. Because I always tell people to practice. Well, what do you practice? I'm like, well, do my MotoJitsu drills. And what's the whole point of all of it? Just get more comfortable and confident with your bike, regardless if you could do any of this crap or not. Just like what always people say, well, when am I ever going to do a really tight figure eight on the public road? Well, I can't think of any scenario where you have to do that. But everything you're learning secondarily by practicing this stuff, getting used to all that lean angle, the quick transitions, how much lean angle does it have, the clutch control, all that stuff is super beneficial. I go up to a gas station, the pump don't work, I'm going to make a U-turn. Well, I can just make a quick U-turn because look at the difficult things I practice here, and I stress myself out. That's the whole purpose of doing the MotoJitsu stuff. You gain confidence and comfortability with your bike in an enclosed, safe environment that you can practice anywhere you want to, right? So I'm just gonna play around one more time, just a little bit. Just keep on playing around. And maybe I'll get blue belt, maybe I won't. I really don't care, but I know I'm getting more comfortable on the bike every time I go and do this, so, and that's the whole point. That was probably my best attempt so far, so I'm definitely going over the line. So it's 17-foot U-turns instead of 16-foot U-turn, which is still really tight, I think, especially with this bike. So there you go. Feel free to watch that stuff as many times as you want to. Watch my body, look at the timing, and just look at the variables, right? Again, get your wrists out of the way to allow the handlebars to turn where you're not hitting your arms, but you need a lot of lean angle. And you have to go a little bit quicker to allow the bike to lean more. So there we go, MotoJitsu parking space drills. And if you can do them, if you can't do them, it's just a guideline to go out and practice. And that's the main thing. I could care less if you could do all this stuff, but I do care if you actually go out and practice. 5-10 minutes before every time you go for a ride, do some figure eights, do some emergency braking. Your future self will thank you because you know what the brakes will do, you know how to brake, you know how to swerve. Because when that car pulls out in front of you, if you don't practice braking or swerving, you're gonna wish you did. And that's gonna be a problem, so don't let that be you. Look in the description for the links to my app, my books, my gear that I'm wearing, everything else you can imagine. And if you want more boosted content, follow me on Instagram and on Facebook because I post a whole lot of videos to there. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.